When you're buying a used car, whether it's from a private seller, a dealership, or even a friend, it doesn't really matter who you're buying it from. The exact same things apply, the same rules apply, the same processes applies, and it can be difficult. So I will walk you through, I will give you a step-by-step rundown on what to look for so that this process goes smoother and you actually feel better about the process itself. My name is Kamal Reddy. I'm the Director of Pre-Owned Operations here at the Applewood Auto Group. I've bought and sold hundreds of thousands of cars, and I'm here to help you buy a used car. So let's walk around this Honda Civic and I'll show you a few damages and a few things to look at. So the front stuff is quite evident. Bumper's damaged, headlights damaged, bumper's coming off. The fender looks like it's been painted before. The color's a little bit off, the clear's peeling. But what you need to look at is the fender is being hit, it's been pushed back a little bit. When you look here, you see the gap here compared to here. This is the proper space that needs to be between the fender and the door. But if you see up here, the fender has been pushed back. So when you open the door, it actually hits the fender. It's damaging the paint on the door and on the fender, right? So that means the fender's actually got more damage than you can see. So if you come along here, some damage on the door, no big deal. But if you look here, if somebody tells you, oh, it's just a couple of minor scratches, it's no big deal. But what lies beneath is the problem. Regular factory paint does not crack like that. So there has to be Bondo here, which means there was previous damage to this. This quarter panel has been painted and they put Bondo under, of course, here to repair it. And now the Bondo is cracking, which is making the actual paint crack. So it's not just a minor repair. So if they tell you, this car has never been in an accident, what you see is what it is, it's never been repaired before, that would be a lie because this is a dead giveaway. This means it's been repaired before. The rest of the car is pretty good. I mean, it's got lots of scratches, dents and stuff, but the lines, if you actually look at the lines, it's all pretty decent. It's pretty good. Nothing's really moved. The only other thing I would be worried about is this damage here because it's starting to rust. So once, of course, metal starts to rust, it doesn't stop. It'll keep going, it'll keep spreading. So that would be a concern if you need to, it needs to be repaired right away. But other than that, the body line is pretty good. Like the lines here, everything looks pretty decent. I'll show you some stuff on the inside. So as we fired up the car, what you can see, the check engine light is on and so is the airbag light on. Unless you're a mechanic, you really don't know why it is on. Most of the time, the seller will say, well, the check engine light is just an evap code. I forgot to close the gas cap and that's why the light came on. It's an easy fix, it's not a problem. Could be true, could not be true. So really, unless you're a mechanic, you wouldn't know. Unless you have a scan tool, you wouldn't know. So in a situation like this, the car's only got 275,000 kilometers. For a 2005 Honda Civic, it's actually considered low mileage because the car is old. It's 16 years old, but the check engine light and the airbag light could be a problem. So in a situation like this, you're better off taking it to a dealership and getting them to inspect for you. It could be any dealership, any Honda dealership, Kia dealership, Ford dealership, they can all look at it and then know for sure. So after physically looking at the car, the next step is, before you go ahead and spend money getting it inspected and everything else, the next thing you really need to look at is a report called Carfax. Every vehicle has a history report and it's called Carfax. Most dealers will have one on file. So if you're buying a car from the dealership, just ask for it, they'll show it to you. But if you're buying it privately, it's worth it for you to go spend the money and buy a Carfax report for the vehicle you're buying. It is very important. That report contains if the vehicle has ever been in an accident or not, if there is a lien on the vehicle or not, if the vehicle has been out of province, if there's been a windshield replaced on it, all its service history, or even if the vehicle's been out of the country. So on my screen here are two reports. I'll show you the difference between a clean one and one that has accidents and liens on it, what to look at. So the first one right here on this screen clearly shows there's a lien record found. If for people that don't know what a lien record is, there's a loan on the car. The person that is selling you the car has an outstanding loan on the vehicle. So if you buy this car and they don't pay out the loan, which is the lien, then you own a car that has a loan on it. So you are not able to sell it. You're not able to do anything with it. You have to pay out the loan. So you're basically paying for the car twice. And it has an accident record as well, and it's got one open recall. So open recall, no big deal, but accident record, if you just scroll down a little bit lower, it tells you that it happened on the 8th of August 2020 and the amount is $5,372. That's an estimate, right? If you scroll down a little bit lower at the very last page, it shows you basically what the lien records are. So of course, TD Auto Finance is where the money is owed at. So whoever owns this car has a loan with TD Auto Finance. Now on the right screen here, the vehicle has no liens on it, no accidents. It's been in British Columbia. It's got some service records. It has never been in the United States. There's no open recalls, never been stolen, no import records found, which means it's never left the country. So this is an example of a clean Carfax. If you're buying a car and you look at the Carfax and it looks like this, you're quite safe. But at the same time, like I was showing you the Civic outside, a car could have a clean Carfax and the car could look like that. So just because it hasn't been reported doesn't mean it hasn't happened. There might have been an accident that they repaired themselves. They might have driven the car into a ditch and fixed it themselves. That is the reason why I stress the point that you should get the car inspected, and all those things will come out when a professional inspects the car and lets you know that it has been in an accident, it has been repaired. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a stressful process, so if you ever need any help, we here at Applewood will always be more than happy to assist you, to help you in any which way we can. Please feel free to give us a call and we'll help you buy a used car. It doesn't have to be from us, it doesn't have to be from any of our dealerships, but we will still be more than happy to help you out. Thank you and have a great day.